Sun's out, gun's out, 365 days have transpired, so you know what that means. Oh, we've got to review the hell out of this thing, people.
Yeah, boy. Oh yeah. Yeah, boy.
What's crack-a-lacking, guys and girls? Hopefully everyone's doing all right. I know I am. Yeah, it's about high time we actually make a review regarding the Levo Hardtail, an electric mountain bike which probably people didn't anticipate a review of, but nonetheless I feel that it's a bike in which people deserve to know about. Because after all, it is a Levo, remember? It shares the same name as the full suspension Levos like this one, and this one, and this one, and of course we can't forget about this one, can we, people? So yeah, it's about time that this bike deserves its praise in the spotlight. Okay, so being as this is my first ever review regarding a product, I'm going to try and keep it in a layout in which I'm going to be able to understand it myself for the purposes of editing, as well as for you guys to kind of understand where I'm coming from. So we'll be talking about the good, we're talking about the bad, and we'll talk about the nerdy and all the experiences I've had regarding the Levo Hardtail. But before we get onto that, I guess I should give you the backstory as to the reason why I bought the Levo Hardtail to begin with. So the Levo Hardtail wasn't my first specialised electric mountain bike I purchased. Technically the first one was the 2018 Levo Comp, this one. And I'm not gonna lie, me and that bike, we've had some epic adventures. But to cut a long story short, I did have one problem with that bike, and that was with the battery. Shout out to Raceco Cycles who intervened regarding the warranty claim which I had to put forth. But having said that though, that experience did leave a lasting impression that if one thing were to go wrong regarding these electric mountain bikes, it kind of throws everything out of perspective and you cannot use it. So I had two things to obviously contemplate. One, buy a secondary battery, or two, buy a secondary bike. I won't lie to you guys, my first experience swinging leg over the stock Levo Hardtail, one thing did come to mind. Did I make a mistake? But I was a bit too quick for me to make that assumption because I was comparing it to the Levo FSR and my Stump Jumper, which both of which, one, the full sus, two, they're dedicated trail bikes, and three, I'd had more time with them. They'd been upgraded. I've got them dialed in for my height, for my riding style, and so I thought, all right, let's ride the bike stock for a good couple of days, get a flavour as to what the Levo Hardtail can bring to the table. And after 2 days, I was like, no, someone's got to give, something's got to give. So 2 days after me owning the bike, I literally stripped the bike down bare, and when I mean strip the bike down bare, I mean I stripped the bike down bare, down to the friggin' headset. Everything came off the bike. Bloody hell, I shot there. Everything came off the bike and I literally rebuilt it. And, well, you guys know the rest, right? It's Sunday.
Oh my days! Already he is on the brakes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my days, it's doing it. It's doing it. I'll say one thing though, Hardtail though, if you really point it, it will pick up speed quick. No! No!
And bit by bit the bike got upgraded, as you can imagine, because, you know, I was becoming acclimated to it. Until eventually it's in what I consider it to be its best configuration I've ever had it in. So why don't we dive into what the bike looks like now, and then I'll give you my opinion. So I don't need to remind you guys that my Levo Hardtail is far from stock. Up front, it's rocking my Levo FSR's original fork, the Revelations, in 150mm of travel, and of course the wheel set still remains as the day in which I upgraded it from the first video, WTB wheel set 27.5, so it's no longer running on 29-inch wheels. 800mm bars. These bars are different from the last time you guys saw it. These technically came off my second Neeko, and the stem is a 45mm specialized stem. 200mm brand X Ascent dropper seat post, slammed, can you believe it? Slammed dropper seat post, and I kid you not, fully extended as a rider of 6'3" with a 35-inch inseam. It feels frigging comfortable. Tyres of choice, still rocking the WTB Trail Bosses in a 2.65 wide. This is technically my second set, but having said that, though, I'll probably mess around with something a little bit more appropriate, because I am starting to find that I am pushing the hardtail a little bit more than what I initially thought I would. But having said that, though, the bike has just stood up to whatever I've thrown at it, and that is saying something, ladies and gentlemen. A bike which just keeps on going. Drivetrain is a Shimano Dior 10-speed 11-42 tube. The brakes are still the same as stock, which are the Shimano, a bit of them 350s, but of course I've put 200mm rotors front and rear on the hardtail. That's pretty much it, really. Only other things are just touch-up points, which I've got my Nuke-proof Neutron Evo pedals, specialized stick grips, Copeak Ninja and Fredguard XL. Other than that, though, even though the bike's being upgraded radically, it is what it is. Alright, now that we've got that out of the way, let the review begin. Let's talk about the good.
Oh my days, this thing you can so sprint on so easily. This thing really does feel comfortable. I mean, I appreciate a bike with a long reach, but there is such a thing as a conservative geometry, which you could just swing a leg over and it just works. And you just become harmoniously linked with it and know that the bike's going to handle in a way in which you think, okay, that's not unsurprising. Wherever the front wheel goes, the rear wheel will follow. And it's efficient as well. Can't forget that. Thing is just efficient. You pedal, and forward it goes. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll gladly say, hardtails, you feel everything. But it teaches us some fundamentals in relation to moving your body around and about over the bike. And it is to that reason why I remain humbly thankful to the humble hardtail for teaching me the fundamentals of line choice, line discipline, and progressing me to become an even better rider. So having said that though, with E-Power, you can technically take some stupid lines as to what you wouldn't think a hardtail could do. Did I mention that hardtails are technically more efficient than full sussy MTVs? What you can do with this Levo hardtail, I'm not joking, the sky's the limit. If you want it as a trail weapon, like what I've done, totally doable. If you want it as a touring platform, totally doable. If you want it as a commuter, totally doable. Versatile, people. This is a trail bike, people. Jack of all trades, master of none, but it still works. You're right. That's fine, thank you. Not to mention, if it gets you outside, what does it matter if you've got a full sus or a hardtail? It still gets you outside for you to see bits and pieces which you wouldn't ordinarily do unless you're watching telly. But you know what? It's an e-bike, isn't it? So you guys want to see the speed as to what this thing can do, right? Let's see if we can get something out of it. Like I said, you can so sprint on this thing and pump and still keep the speed going. E-power! This thing just feels quick and nippy. I'm not even putting any effort into it, and I'm still in eco mode, and my eco mode is 15% nominal, 30% peak, people. You're right. Efficient! That's all I can say, people. Hardtail for life. If you want a weapon which can get you from point A to point B, lickety-split, hardtail. Don't have to be a Levo hardtail, but if you get one of these, guarantee that you'll have energy to spare. And we're still in eco mode, people. I'm not joking. I only use trail for the purposes of climbing. Anything else, eco all the way. Bros motor, people. Honestly, the motor is just amazing. Responsive. It doesn't have to give you that much power. It just has to know when to give you the power when you need to. And as I've said before, this isn't the newest Bros motor. That's in the second generation Levos and Canevos and the Gen 3 Levo. But this is still considered a full fat EMTB. So it will still give you the power, but you just feel it as more direct because it's a hardtail. There's no loss of kinetic power being drained in relation to your pedal stroke. And of course, when you put the gas down, really sprint. When you pass the 15.5 miles an hour, you feel the speed and the wind through your hair. Guys, I've got a number of good things to say about this thing. It's stealthy, it's conservative, it doesn't scream I am an EMTB, it just does what it needs to do, discreetly, and allows you to have fun. You can't say more than that, people. You're right. And you know what? Sunny, rainy, snowy, muddy, don't matter. The bike will always have the same consistency no matter what kind of conditions you are in. And that is unique, because there are bikes which I've been on when if it's not in prime conditions, you really can feel a difference. This thing, you don't care. It's like, look, you're swinging a leg over me. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. And here we are. Days, even in eco mode, you still feel the power. Sweet. In fact, you know what? Let's just double check something. Guys, I'm not joking. We're still on 10 ticks. And I'm not joking, even though you guys can't clarify and confirm this, but I will tell this right here, right now. We've done 15 miles. And we're still on 10 ticks. Come on, people, come on.
Okay, so there's going to be some people freaking out thinking, hang on a minute, you've done 15 miles and you're still on 10 ticks. How did that happen? Well, let's be honest, people. Sprinting, exceeding 15.5 miles an hour when the motor obviously doesn't work, that obviously is a contributing factor. And number two, it's a friggin' hardtail. I mean, what do you expect? They're more efficient than full sus. Locked out even. Alright, so there's only two things I can think of in terms of the negative points of this bike. The first being is that it comes with a 400 watt-hour battery stock. I'm obviously rocking a 504, but again, I've got a Levo FSR and two Anywhos, so I'm able to pinch those batteries and slap it into this bike. Having said that, though, the 400 watt-hour battery has come in handy regarding power hours. So yeah, it's used, but you know, for missions like what today is, yeah, it's that 504 I'm definitely rocking. The second negative is the spec versus the price as to what this bike costs. Now, I will gladly say I didn't pay the full price. No, I did pay full price, apologies. Just not the price and what you're paying now because of obviously bike inflation. So I think last time I checked, the RRP regarding this is 2,500. I paid nowhere near that much for this. And if I were to last year, yeah, I'd be, well, I probably would have just simply got a battery. But this bike has increased in price, though the spec still remains the same. So in accordance with what I've done regarding the upgrades, and considering that some of these parts I've already had in my parts bin, yeah, it's cost me, but not as much. But anyone who bought this bike brand new and upgraded it, they're paying even more on top of what they paid for the bike. So in terms of value, as a lot of people have outlined, apologies for the train and the background noise there, yeah, it's sorry about that again. It's hard to really justify that this is a really good bike in terms of what you're getting in terms of value. But negatives aside, I can't lie, this bike has served me well. I mean, I've not really had too much problems with my Specialized bikes anyway. I mean, yeah, fine, I had the one problem with the first battery on my Levo FSR, but again, I had warranty, I could easily enough get another one. Again, huge shout out to Raceco Cycles. And the second issue was the Anywho's remote, which oddly enough, again, Raceco Cycles stepped in. Again, huge shout out to them. But all in all, like, this bike has been flawless. I've not had any issues. Upgrading this bike was a diddle, and it's just kept on going. Like, seriously, it's just kept on going. Like, you might have heard a bit of creaking sounds here and there when I'm really pushing the bike. I'm pretty sure that, you know, a little bit of grease here and there probably goes a long way. That's probably a testament to my own maintenance. But like I said, the bike, after 365 days, it's going strong, and I have no regrets buying it. So rather than for me to drag this video out, thoughts and opinions of the bike, it's awesome. It is honestly awesome. And you know what? There's an old saying, hardtail for life. It's not a slogan, it's a statement. And it's true. This bike has literally taught me so much in relation to EMTBs. It's unreal. For example, a lot of people say that with EMTBs you can just have the motor do all the work. This bike, yes, it does have the power, but you cannot expect it to do all the work. You have to literally get off the saddle and work the thing. And I've been able to use that and transition it onto the Levo and the Anywho, and it's made me have a better appreciation as to how those bikes can actually be used even better. So yeah, I give the Levo Hardtail high marks. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and the only reason why it's not 10 out of 10 is because of the spec list it comes with. I honestly think if the bike was sold as to how I've upgraded it right now for £2,500, I think some people would say, well, it's expensive, but at least I know what I'm getting, and it's not that bad. It's workable, I could use it, and there'd be scope to upgrade it even more, but at least it could be served pretty decently for trail riding and other bits and pieces. Anyway guys, that's going to be me for now. I'm going to enjoy my bank holiday Monday. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below. You'll see the Levo Hardtail again. Believe me, you will, because I have no intention of getting rid of this bike. But as always guys, take it easy, stay safe. I'll catch you for the next one. Hashtag FabT. Stay safe, and I'll see you then. Okay, I'm recording. From now.
On a hardtail, people.
On my days, fork's fully open and I've only used halfway travel. Yeah, I think we can load some pressure in that thing.
And the cool thing is, we've had no punctures. Tubeless forever.
Hero dirt. Hero dirt. Oh well, at least I'll be able to clean it easily.
Oh gosh. Well done, Levo Hardtail. Well done.